Welcome to the Savvy Italian Kitchen. My name is Vanessa, and today we are going to make an unusual dish. It's a pizza bake that's put together with some smashed potatoes, ground beef, and some of the usual suspects that go into a pizza topping. A little tomato sauce, pepperoni, mozzarella, and grated cheese, and some basil and garlic and some other stuff. So I'm going to go over the ingredients first. The first thing that you'll need is about 2 pounds of baby potatoes. So I purchased them like this in the bag. I boiled them for about 20 minutes until they were fork tender. I drained them, I let them cool, and then I smashed them. I put them in like a baking dish that was sprayed with cooking spray, and I just smashed them with the fork, if you guys can see that. Then I put them in the oven for about 10 minutes on 400, and then I put them under the broiler for a few minutes just to crisp them up. So that's the first layer, and I just want to show you quickly how easy it is. I saved one of the potatoes. I want you to see how easy it is to mash it. So let's go ahead and get this fork, and you just go very gently because you don't want them to like really smash. You just want to kind of just give it a little push like that, and that's what they'll look like. And I place them right in the baking dish again, and we bake them. So that's the potato portion. Then yesterday, because I like to save time, while I was cooking yesterday's dinner, I browned up about a little over a pound of ground beef. Now you can certainly use ground chicken, ground turkey, whatever you like, and I just seasoned it with a little salt and pepper and dried onion. I drained it off a couple of times and I refrigerated it. So this is going to get heated up again in the frying pan. You'll need about, let's see, half a cup of diced onion, 2 cloves of minced garlic, and we're going to fry that in the pan, add the ground beef, and then we're going to add an 8-ounce can of tomato sauce, and we'll let that heat up, and then we'll pour that over our potatoes, add the cheeses, the pepperoni, basil, and parsley, and then we'll put it back in to bake. And it's kind of like a casserole. So you guys were cute last night, and you'll need olive oil, of course, salt, pepper, onion powder, and garlic powder, and then just cooking spray for the dish. So I have my frying pan starting to heat up here, so let me just get this in. So it was funny because I did a post last night. This is about a tablespoon of olive oil in there. I posted some of the ingredients, and a couple of you guessed what it was. So one person thought it was shepherd's pie until they saw the pepperoni, and they said, "Oh, are you making Italian shepherd's pie?" So I guess it could kind of be like that. Traditional shepherd's pie, I believe, has the whipped mashed potatoes. So this is kind of a take on that. I'm just calling it pizza bake right now. I might name it something else at another time, but I just know it looks like it's going to be pretty good. So we're going to heat this frying pan up. We will add in our diced onion and let that heat up a little bit. Whoop, that was pretty loud. And then we'll add the garlic. I'm also going to add a little bit of onion powder and garlic powder to that. Now I like to season as I go and layer each ingredient that I add. If you don't want to do that, if that's too much seasoning, that's fine. Oh, and I forgot to mention, we're just going to add a pinch of dried oregano. I happen to like oregano on my pizza. If you don't like it, omit it. You know, that's fine. We're going to actually put that in with the meat. So this is going to cook up here. So let's see some of the comments here. Hi, Gina. Hi, Ginny. Oh, my cousin Rosemary. How are you? Hi, June. How's everybody doing today? So I just wanted to, while that's heating up, I don't know if you guys plant, I don't plant much of a garden. I just have a pot with a few herbs, and I picked out some fresh basil today. It's really growing beautifully, and it's so fragrant. And I like to bring it in, especially the tops, because they look so pretty, and just put them in a little vase of water, and it just smells so nice when you walk into the kitchen. It reminds me of both my mother and my mother-in-law, because they both love fresh basil, and they had beautiful gardens with basil. So that, I don't know, scents can just bring you back to a place in time and remind you of people. So that reminds me of them. So my onions are just going to take a couple of minutes. So I just put a little bit of olive oil in there and seasoning. I have my oven on 350. Although we broiled the potatoes beforehand, we're just going to bake them at 350 for just a couple of minutes. So for those of you coming on, I am making a pizza bake. I think that's what I'm going to call it. So I have some, too hot. I have some smashed potatoes that I broiled and baked with a little olive oil in a pan, and I'm going to brown up some onions and garlic, some ground beef, and then we're going to put the usual pizza toppings on it and put it back in the oven for a little bit. So we're just gonna wait for this. So I don't know if any of you saw my post yesterday. I had a post on Instagram and Facebook. Next week, we're doing, I'm gonna cook with you every night. So I have to designate the time. It's probably gonna be 6 o'clock. I will give you the menu, the shopping list, and the recipes beforehand, and we'll start prepping whatever we need to the night before. I'll do it live, and then we'll prepare the meal each weeknight. So I thought that would be something fun to do, you know, live together if you were interested, or if you just want to pop on and join us and just see how we're cooking. So this I have to lower a little bit, and I'm just going to add in, is that the garlic? I can't see without my glasses on. I'm going to add in the garlic. Now the garlic won't take any more than a minute or so. So we're just going to get that browned up here. Oh my God, there's nothing like the aroma of olive oil and garlic and onions too. Okay, I don't think I'm going to add any more seasoning at this point. I'm going to add just a little cooking spray because it looks like it's starting to, I don't want to add too much olive oil. I don't want it to be greasy, but I just added a little more cooking spray. And now I'm going to put in, this is a little over a pound of ground beef that I cooked last night. So this just needs to be heated up. You can use ground turkey or chicken, whatever you like. And we're just going to mix that in with our onions and garlic. And it's starting to smell pretty good in here. So we'll just get this coated with the olive oil, onions, and garlic. And you know it's dinner time when Blaze is barking, those of you who watch us regularly. Did he have dinner yet? Did he eat? Oh, he did. He probably smells the food in here. Okay, so we'll let that cook up for a minute or so, and then we're going to add in our tomatoes and some more seasoning. And we're just going to get this so it's heated a little bit. I had it sitting out for a couple of minutes, so it didn't quite come to room temperature, but it's going to go back in the oven. And we'll put it in the oven uncovered, just enough for the toppings to melt and for everything to kind of heat through. So here we go. And again, this is another fun meal for the kids. You know, they'll have their meat, a little bit of cheese, their potatoes. You can serve this with a nice green salad on the side, or even cut up some vegetables. My son loved, when I would serve cut up peppers, he loved cucumbers and carrots, broccoli, and we'd put a little bit of ranch dressing on the side, or whatever, creamy Italian, I think. That's how we got him to eat his vegetables when he was like 3 or 4. So that would be something good that you can also put in, you know, serve on the side. Salad, or you could even put some broccoli in the oven or whatever. Okay, that's heating up pretty well. So I'm just gonna hit it with a little more onion powder and garlic powder. Like I said, if you don't like that much seasoning, no worries, you season whatever you like. That's why you'll find most of my recipes give the seasoning that I use, but unless it's very specific, like baking or anything like that, I just say to taste, because everybody's taste is a little bit different, and I happen to like stuff extra spicy. I'm just gonna add a little bit of pink Himalayan salt, because the cheese and the tomatoes, you know, probably have a lot of salt and sodium, so we don't need too much. And I'm just gonna add a little pinch, very little if you can see, just a little bit of oregano, just to give it that little pizza flavor. And this looks like it's heated up pretty well. I have this on a medium heat, again, just because the onions and garlics are cooked, so it was just to heat this through, so we really don't want to overcook it. I'm just gonna shake that over there a little bit. Now I'm gonna add my 8-ounce can of tomato sauce. Always have this on hand. This is a staple. This is good for just about anything. You can use it to make like Spanish rice, if you wanted to make zucchini and tomato sauce, which I do quite often. Be quiet, Blaze. Or string beans and tomato sauce. It's really, really good. So we're just gonna get this to come together. I'm sorry for the barking in the background. You can't tell a 13-year-old dog what to do. He's very stubborn. He's like a little old man. He wants what he wants when he wants it, and that's it. So, okay. So this is pretty well heated through. Okay, just get this in here. And then you guys can see how that came together nicely. So it's pretty well heated. Not too much sauce, just enough, because we want to scoop that out and be able to, you know, just serve it so it's not all sopping wet all over the place. Excuse me just 1 minute. Come on, let's go. Come on. Come on, let's go. You're a good boy. There you go. Okay, I'm back. Sorry for that distraction. He can be very annoying. So let's just put this over here. I think this is still a little bit hot. And then let's do it this way, and we're just gonna pour the ground beef right over this, add the toppings, and we should be good to go. Just wanna make sure that's off. These electric stoves really, you have to be careful to make sure that they're off. A couple of times I walked out of the kitchen and I came back in and I'm like, why is it so hot in here? And lo and behold, it was still on, so I really have to make a mental note to make sure the stove is off. Okay, so we're just gonna sprinkle that over the top like this, evenly distribute the meat. Our oven's heated at 350, and now we're just gonna put the cheese on top. So this was about, what did I say? This is a cup of shredded mozzarella. So you can use a little bit more or less. Yeah, Blaze is smelling dinner. Absolutely, Erica, he is. Okay, so we're just gonna put our mozzarella on top as much as you like. Now I suppose if you were doing more of like a keto diet, or if you wanted to watch, this would be really good with some roasted spaghetti squash. Just roast it. I'll do a live with spaghetti squash one night. You just take the tines, and it actually looks like spaghetti, and you can put it, let it drain a little bit. You could put it in this dish and just put the same seasoning on it, a little bit of olive oil seasoning, let it bake in the oven, and you could put the ground beef on top. So we're gonna be doing a category on the website. Okay, so this did take the full cup with a little piece overboard. We're gonna be doing a category on the website, Skinny Savvy Italian. There are a couple of dishes on there that are a little bit more figure friendly, let's say, but they're not in one category. So we're gonna compile those into one category, so when you go to the website, it'll be easier to look them up, and then I have a few others. So as far as the grated cheese, it was probably like 2 tablespoons. I really didn't use the 1/4 cup. Now we're gonna sprinkle on, I diced the pepperoni just to make it go a little bit further because I only had a little bit left. So this is about a 1/4 cup. So we're just gonna put this on. And if you don't like pepperoni, don't worry about it. You don't have to put it. You can put olives on here if you wanted to. Anything that goes on a pizza. Maybe some fried peppers would be good. You know, just experiment. Okay. Now, I did put the parsley in here. I don't think we're going to add the parsley. I should have added that to the meat, but I think the basil will be enough. So we're just going to go with our basil on top. So I just did a little chiffonade of basil, which basically means just rolling it up like a cigar and dicing it, and you get the nice little chiffonade. So I'm going to put this in the oven for a couple of minutes, and we'll let it heat up. And in the meantime, I'll get my dinner dish out and I'll answer some of your comments. Colleen, what's in the bottom? Hi, Colleen. The bottom is smashed potatoes. So I took, for those of you coming on, this is a pizza bake. So instead of like a crust, we're using potatoes. So I had about 2 pounds of, what are these, baby potatoes, just the regular potatoes in the bag. I boiled them until they were fork tender, drained them, and then I just smashed them with the fork. I put them in the dish with a little olive oil and seasoning. I baked them for about 10 minutes, and then I put them under the broiler just so they say that fast, so they got crispy, let's say it like that. And then we ground up, we sauteed some onion and garlic, ground beef. Again, you can use turkey, chicken, whatever you like, and then seasoned it with onion powder, garlic powder, oregano, and then added some cheese and basil and pepperoni on top. So you guys are doing this live with me. I've never made this before. I did see somebody who did, it was on another cooking channel. I think it was the Forum Stand Kitchen. If you don't follow her, she's fabulous. I think her name is Rebecca Bobier, and she really, really has some great recipes. So they live out in the Midwest, and she did smashed boiled potatoes, and they put like a hamburger gravy over the top. It was kind of like in a white sauce, I guess like you would do like biscuits and gravy. I think she made a roux and she put the hamburger in. So it looked good, but that's not something that I think my husband would eat. And I thought maybe I can make something similar Italian style. So that was really, how I created the dish. I kind of saw what she did and then I made it my own, which is what cooking's all about, right? So hopefully this will come out good. So what are you guys up to? Did you cook dinner yet? Are you guys having dinner? I think next week, I didn't write down what we were gonna do. I think we're gonna do beef with broccoli and fried rice. Then we're gonna do jambalaya with chicken and the chorizo, and we're gonna do beef quesadilla, I think. What else are we gonna do? Spaghetti with clam sauce, because my friend Rowie from high school, if you're watching, Rowie, you've been dying for me to make spaghetti with clam sauce, so we'll be making that. And I forget what the other two were. So it should be fun. If you want to get the ingredients, I'll have everything posted on the pages on both Instagram and Facebook later this week, or if you just want to join us. Colleen, you're marinating salmon. Oh, nice. What kind of marinade are you using? Is it like soy sauce and lime juice? You're gonna grill it? Do you use cedar planks, Colleen, when you grill? My brother Ernie does that. I've never tried it, and it's really, really good. Usually I make salmon if my kids are here or if I have somebody visiting, because my husband's not really a big fan of salmon. So, okay, let's check and see how it's going. All right, the cheese is melting nicely. It should just be another couple of minutes. Let me find my bowl. I rearranged my cabinets and my spices over the weekend. So in this cabinet, you can't see, I have all of my spices. I used to have them down that way. And hi, Tina. Our website is savvyitalian.com. And you can get the recipes there in categories. We have our cookbooks on there. We have a meal plan for sale, like a month's worth of recipes. Okay, and we're gonna have our merchandise on there pretty soon. We have our aprons, hats, mugs, baby bibs, so we're really moving forward with that stuff. So Kathy, you've used the cedar planks and it works great. Okay, that's good to know. And Colleen is marinating her soy sauce, OJ, ginger and garlic for salmon. Oh, I never did it with OJ. That's a good idea. And I have some fresh orange juice from the weekend in the refrigerator, so that's pretty cool. So let's see how this is working out. Now we're going to spoon some up. Looks pretty good to me. It certainly smells good. And we'll see how this turns out. We'll find out if it's a keeper. Let me just, you know what? I'm just going to give it another minute or so. My poor husband's out there. He's starving. I was hoping to come on a little bit earlier. Hi, Lisa. You can even put down lemon slices and put the salmon on top. Oh, that's a great idea too, Kathy. You guys have great ideas. Such good cooks on here. And please, if you make any of the recipes, share them. We had our friend Stephanie made the berry trifle, and I posted the picture. Another friend, Daylin, she posted the picture on Instagram. I'll have to share her presentation. It was beautiful. And somebody, I can't remember who it was, made the orange no-bake pie. What was it? The orange creamsicle pie. So I love it when you guys make the recipes and you give me a little feedback and send pictures. I mean, that's what it's all about. That's why I'm here, sharing the recipes and the meals. And then I'm hoping at some point in July, we're going to do a Christmas in July week where I'm going to do Christmas cookies. I'll do a Christmas cookie recipe every day, so that should be fun. Okay, I think we're ready to take this out. And I'm going to try it if it's not too hot. This is not on the potatoes aren't on my dietary menu, but I think I can just take a little taste and see how it is. And here we go. So let me show you guys. That turned out really good. Everything melted and it's good. And as long as you prepare the meat ahead of time, or really while you're boiling the potatoes, you can certainly, just fry up the meat. So it's really a pretty easy dish. I would say you could probably have it on the table in like 45 or 50 minutes. The potatoes take the longest, just cooking them. And here we go. Okay, so let's get this in here. I probably should have put it in a plate so you could see it better, but it's really steaming. So you guys can see this. I'll let that cool for a minute and I'm going to taste it. So yeah, there you go. It looks pretty good. And geez, that's not good. And again, you could probably make it with spaghetti squash. So let me take a taste. Boy, that slipped right out of my hands. Okay, so this is our pizza potato bake, I think I'm gonna call it. So let's just try to get a little bit of everything on there. I don't wanna burn my mouth, that's for sure. Okay, so I think I have a little meat, potato, a little stringy cheese. Oh my gosh, that's perfect. That is really good. That is really good. I think the boss is gonna like this too. The potatoes just have a little bit of, they're a little crispy, but they're nice and soft inside. I can't talk and eat at the same time. So anyway, I will post this up on the website probably by tomorrow. I hope you guys try it. If you want to just hit one of those hearts, that really helps me out a lot, or hit the arrow and get it over to your page. I would really appreciate it. I had a friend who did that for me the other day, and it really got the reach out there. So if you guys are up to doing that, I would appreciate it. I will be coming on probably Thursday night making stuffed peppers. Lisa, I know you were asking me about the stuffed peppers. We stuff them Italian style with breadcrumbs. They're the long peppers. They're called friars or cubanelles. They're like a lighter green, and they're a little bit long. So we'll be doing that on Thursday night, and that's a nice side dish. And the stuffed peppers are wonderful because they freeze beautifully, so you can keep them in the freezer, maybe just portion them out for 4 to 6, depending on the size of your family, and just have them in the freezer for your barbecues or whatever. So anyway, let me just see. Oh, Jamie, you're excited about the stuffed peppers. Oh, good. I'm glad. I've had quite a few people ask about them. If you want to take a look beforehand, the recipe for the stuffed peppers is on the website, savvyitalian.com. I believe it's under side dishes. So if you wanted to get the ingredients ahead of time, so you have them on hand, you could cook along with us. Or again, if you want to join us next week as we're cooking meals Monday through Friday, it'll probably be at 6, but I will post more details, including the menus and the times later this week. So I'm going to go serve my husband because, you know, way to a man's heart is through his stomach. That's what I'm told, so I'm going to go with it. We'll be married 39 years, believe it or not, in August. So I think he's happy. I think he's well fed. So anyway, you guys have a great night. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you again soon. See you Thursday night. Bye-bye. Okay, see you again. Bye.